My name is Melba Joyce, and I'm a jazz vocalist, and I sing with the Count Basie Orchestra, and also I sing on my own. I live in New York City for over 20 years, but I was born in Texas, and I lived a long time in California. I was in the first picket line on the State Fair of Texas, where we had taxation without representation, where we're not allowed to go to the State Fair except for one day. And they never really said that aloud to us. But anyway, I was a vice president of the Youth Council of Dallas NAACP. And we decided to do a picket the State Fair. And so the leader of this group, Juanita Kraft, asked me, told me she wanted me to lead the march. And what happened was every year on a Saturday, on the day, one day we had colored Negro Achievement Day or something like that, they called it. And so I was the leader of the cheerleaders in my, in my school, and we were going to play the other team of the other black school on the other side of town, Booker T. Washington and Lincoln High, and I went to Lincoln, so I was a cheerleader. So since I read that, we had a parade every year, and since I led the section of the parade that went into the State Fair, because I was the captain of the cheerleaders, we planned for me to stop the parade and get out of the line with a picket sign that said, if you can't go every day, don't go this day, because we are tax-paying citizens and we should be able to go inside this place anytime we please. And so I got out of the line, picked up the sign, and then other people got into the line. And I remember I called Mrs. Kraft like years later, and I said, Miss Kraft, this is Melba Joyce. Moore is my real name. And she was trying to remember, she's like 80, in her 80s, and she was trying to remember who I was. And she said, oh, Melba, you led that march. It really moved me, And I was 15, and just, wasn't comfortable with the way things were. And I decided that I just couldn't deal with that, and I needed to do something about it. And so, say 20 years later or 15 years later, I was in a restaurant in Dallas having oatmeal. It seems like it's always oatmeal. And this Hispanic young person and another black person came in. They had their manager's badges on. And so I wept into the oatmeal, to see that period was almost over. It's never been over, but at least people were able to get jobs and, have a feeling of belonging instead of being so separated.